Here we are again with another signature that I'm putting together. And I'm trying some different things to kind of change around how I do things. And I'm hoping that what I've got planned here actually works, to be honest. So I'm just going to take it one step at a time. And I may have to change in midstream. But here on my base page, which is measuring at 7.5 by 7 3/4, I'm going to do a side pocket. If I got these cut the right length, yep. And then I'm going to take one of the larger cutouts and place it right here as just kind of a decorational piece. And then I'm taking a smaller, no, that goes over there. Sorry. Excuse me. Hold on. My apologies. Dealing with some allergies here. Okay. So I'm going to do this first and then move into what I hope turns out okay. I guess I'm trying to change things up, and to be honest, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know that I know what I'm doing. Okay, so this is just going to lay here nice and easy. And then this is going to glue on. And then we're going to tack this on, staying away from this corner here. Easy enough. All right, now it's the next couple of items that I'm a little concerned with. This is easy. Okay, so my right side page is measuring in at 5 5/8. I do have a 1/2 inch score and a 5/8 of an inch score. And I'm going to go ahead and get this page put on, this flap put on. So I need to do that before I can move forward. I'm just going to come right up to the score mark. And then I need to push back on this a little bit to reinforce that 5/8. Now, what I intended to do here, I hope works. So I've taken some ribbon. It measures approximately 11.5 inches, 12 inches, somewhere in there. And I've cut 2 pieces. This, I'm splitting up my look here. I'm using 8 by 8 pieces, but they're scraps. This is a 12 by, out of my 12 by 12 that I made. And I'm putting this on here, so there's a little bit of a gap going in here. And then on this side, I wanted to do some 2 by 2 photos. So I think in order for this to work, I taped down my ribbon and I kind of played around with it. And once I commit this glue, I'm kind of committing to the design. So I'm really hoping this works. All right, so I have a piece that I've trimmed here that is 2 1/4 inches by 7 3/8, and it's going to sit right here, and then this piece is going to sit right on top of it, and then my 2 by 2 squares, which I've already cut and made. I just need to put the little square pieces on them, scored them. And on this round, I went ahead and angled off my corners so that they weren't readily visible. And I'm going to put 4 up at the top and then 4 down here at the bottom, and then I'm going to center the owl as a break in between the two. So let me get this piece on as well. Like I said, I just want a slight gap in between them. Playing with some new glue as well, and boy does it like to move things around. I'm used to my art glitter glue kind of grabbing right away, so I have to get used to this. Okay, just going to center this, top and bottom. And then I pulled out of the scraps this blue. Helps to kind of pick up the blue over here when this page is laying there closed. I don't know if I'm sold on this glue, to be honest. I'll give it a chance. All right, now, the little 2 by 2 squares, I've already scored them. They're 2 by 2 1/4 with a 1/4 inch score. So the first set is going to come in just about so. And then this set down here. I'm putting them in upside down. And they'll come in just about so. I'm making a mess. I'm not doing it right. Hold on here, I'll show you. And then this is just going to kind of sit right in here. Now, I don't honestly remember where I wanted to start them at. So let me kind of put them all together. I'm going to stack them here. This seems kind of crazy. You would think this would be, there's got to be an easier way. I like to do things the hard way. So if I start that, looks like it's about 1/4 of an inch. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to put this, I'm going to turn it around so I can see it so I don't get my head in the camera. I come in about 1/4 of an inch. Then I'm going to take the next one. I just realized something. I can't do this. I've got to cut new squares. I don't know what I was thinking. Angling these is not going to work because then there's going to be big angle holes. So let me put those aside. Let me grab I apologize for this. Now these need to be 2 1/4. One. Two. 3. 4. There's 5. See, I didn't think that through, and it there's 6, 7, and 8. And then along the 2 1/4 inch side, I'm scoring these at 1/4. Let me turn it this way. I think it will be easier. So the 2 1/4 inch side, I'm scoring at 2 inches. Okay, let's start this over. See, that's going to look so much better. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. I think I am going to go back to my art glitter glue. I'm making a right mess out of this. I hope it's not an indication of how this is going to turn out. Okay. Now I'll put the next set on upside down. And again, these are 2 by 2 1/4 with a 1/4 inch score. Come down about 1/4 inch, try and center it as best I can. Oh, you know what? I should burnish these up here. All right, and then, oops, that's not the one. The owl will sit right in between them to kind of take up that gap, that hole. I'm just going to mark a pencil mark right there. And then we're going to set that right back in there. See, I don't like how this glue allows things to move once I get them set. All right, now this is what I'm hoping works. So if I tie these, I'll put the papers on here in a minute. I just want to see if this is going to hold this. No, not really, but I'm not trying to tie it very tight either. This is disappointing because I've kind of committed. Now I'm doing this every other one because I want to break up the pattern a little bit. So it's just the reverse side. So it breaks up that look. All right, let's turn it upside down and let's do it again. Oh, there's two of them stuck there. And if you want, you can always come in here and cover the underside. And you can cut small strips to go in these little gussets. Having not done this before, I am not real good at tying things closed. I'm so sorry you're watching me do this. Oh my gosh. I just do not have the most nimble of fingers. And some of you are probably going, well, what's your problem? Okay, I'm not going to fuss with that. I am just not going to do it. It's going to frustrate me. So I'm just going to move on. So on the back side of this, I have an 8x8 piece that I'm putting in here. And I had a little bit of this sticker left off the sticker sheet. So I'm going to put that here as well. And I need to hold off for just a second. I need to put together the other side because I do believe I need to put a magnet back here. So I want to put it together first. To be honest with you, I've taken this apart so many times, trying to get my change in idea to work, and now I've lost a little bit of my rhythm, what I was going to ultimately do with this. So I apologize if I seem a little scatterbrained. I really would love to be able to put this together. And I know I forgot to give you the measurements. I'd love to be able to put this together and then tell you what I did because I don't like failing on video. So this piece here measures across at 6 inches. You have a 1/2 inch score and a 3/4 inch score. I need a bigger gusset here because of what I'm building up over here. So this is supposed to lay down, but I kind of messed up because the magnet should have gone underneath there. So let me see how I can do this. Because I should have put it on the front, but then it would have been, so it's kind of in the middle here. I think it found it. Okay. Okay. So now I can actually put this down. I think once I get done with this one, I'm going to switch out my glues again. I'm not really, and I usually tape this page, but I'd already started with that glue, and I'm not. I know people love it, and a lot of people use it. I found it on sale. I thought I'd give it a try. This is my Old Faithful here. And I'm going to run a bead of glue because the tackiness is about to wear off on this, and I want it to stay in. Oh, almost making a mess. Stop it. So see, that was going to go there, and then this was going to come across here. And then I was going to put just a fine little bead of glue here and set that there. And then down here on the corner, so I apologize for flipping back and forth, but I needed to get that magnet set. I've created a corner pocket. It's just going to come right here to the bottom of the page and come across. And I'm using a really fine, thin strip of glue. And then I'm putting this down here in the corner. Now this was a 3x3 square that I cut on the diagonal. All right, now that page is done. So over here, I'm going to go back to my putting down magnets behind taped paper. Is just my comfort zone. Oh, there it is. just remembered something. I cannot put this down yet. See, I broke my rhythm. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. So I took one of the cutout pieces that says the Book of Spells, and I have connected it to another one. I've put a small magnet here and one on the back side, and it's going to go on the front, and I'm taking a strip of paper, and this is going to go right here. And where it's sitting is because it's connecting with the magnet. Now this piece is going to go here, but before I can put that down, I need to put in these two pieces. So these are both flaps that are measuring in at 4 inches by 6.5 inches with a 1/2 inch score. And they are going to center right on this piece of paper. And then the same here, and I want to make sure that these are lined up the same. Oh, I did not put, oh, I know what I'm doing. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I am so confused. All right. Now the images are right side up, and then I'm going to take that off. And then I'm going to come back in here, center this back on. Blast it. I knew I was forgetting something. Like I said, I'm trying something new and I'm a little bit out of my element. Easy enough. Let's just lift this before I score it down. All right, so I'm making a belly band. And I'm going to end up putting glue on the underside as it connects with the paper. And then the tape, actually I did that the wrong way. And then this is going to sneak in up here. If I can get it up in there. Oh, for Pete's sake. I have made a mess. And I so sincerely apologize. Like I said, I'm trying something new and I'm not in my element. And this is not coming in here straight. Get that out of my way. I did not want this belly band up this high, but I glued this, committed it, so all I can do is make it level, straighten it out. And I forgot to give you the measurements on this little guy. It is at 2 inches by 6 inches with a 1/2 inch score at each end. This is a belly band. That's my intent with it. And then I took a piece of scrap and I'm going to glue it in place and cover it here. And then I took one of the stickers, backed it on black cardstock, and it's going to go right here. And it just says Curiosity Creepy Charms. You can use whatever sticker you want. Okay, so here we have a belly band. So something can go up in here and be secured. It could be a photo, it could be a memento. Now these two flaps, I just blew it again. I am so frustrated right now. I was going to put a ribbon in here. I don't know if I can still get in there or not. Oh, look at that. But I think I'm going to sneak in here, put a little bit of glue. Ooh, that was a lot of glue. Okay, and then this one. It's going to be right dead center. Oh, look, I still have an opening. Okay, I'm not sure how I got away with it. Oh, that's because I didn't secure it yet. So I'm going to sneak in here and I'm going to add some glue and I'm making a mess. Okay, this I will officially say is a failure. If this turns out at all, I will be just shocked. I'm hoping if you're a skilled crafter, you'll kind of get what my idea is and you'll know how to put it together better than I am. Because these two ties, which are about 10 inches each, are going to tie and close this. Okay. Now, while that glues in there, tacky glue everywhere now. Let's get these covered. All right, so what I wanted to do is I'm covering one side with the big gears, and then on this panel down here I'm using the small gears that are the reverse of this. And I need to trim this up just a little bit. need to trim it up some more. Okay, this is... I still need to... I want a little bit wider gap than what I've got going on there. And I'm trying to take this off in increments so that I don't cut too much off. But I think I finally got there. Okay. So let's glue this in. All right, and then on the underside, I'm using this. So they're off the same sheet of paper, and ended up cutting them where this double foil and trouble Fireburn and Cauldron Bubble both seem to have printed. So, but I want the heavier one on the top with the lighter one on the bottom. So this is the closest one to me. So that's what I'm going to put down first. Then I can fold it up out of my way. And then I can get to this one. Perfect. Okay, so this was my intent, and for some reason I do struggle with bow tying, especially thin ribbon like this, and I don't seem to be able to get them quite tight enough. I'll play with it later, just like I'm going to play with, well, I would really like to try to somehow get this closed. Well, it's not as tight as I was envisioning. It really isn't. I'm kind of disappointed. This will somewhat hold it down, but gosh darn. Okay, let's get this put on. And then this will tape so it's just two of the cards put together with a 1-inch strip that has been scored down the middle, and then one piece of it's glued to the back side, and then the other one it's glued onto the front. Oh, wait a minute. I can't forget this. I want to break the cats up a little bit. So I'm going to kind of eyeball the center. And then we'll put this down. Make sure it's right side up. Let the magnet find the big one down underneath of it. Okay, so this side didn't turn out too bad. This I'm a bit disappointed with. But it is what it is. So let me go ahead and get my big tape and we'll get this in the album. I might play around with the mechanics of that one bow, see if there is a way I can get it to stay tighter. Okay, so before I put this away, and I'm not untying this because we can see what that is. We do have a tuck here on this side, a big pocket here, and then these, when this is untied, you've got a photo mat here, one here, another one here, and then you've got this belly band underneath of there. And you can flip this either way, whichever. And you may choose to use different papers. Somebody's going to have to give me some bow tying lessons. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to put it in the book. So this is going to sit in here. I'm going to bring this gusset all the way up to the edge of this page. I'm going to give myself a little bit of a color break here so I can see what it is I'm doing. Okay. Now, even though I only did a 1/8 of an inch gusset, it wants to collapse. So I want to make sure that it doesn't do that when I commit the tape. There we go. That's better. And then this is a bigger gusset, and I want to make sure it's not going to collapse on me either. Perfect. Now I'll get this last row of tape out of there. I can't believe I'm like, what did I create here? Why do I feel so inadequate? I'll play around with the mechanics on this. It's something I'm not functioning right on. But anyways, there goes. I'll see you on the next build. Thanks for being patient.